Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the H-Town Show with Farhan Siddiqui. Importance of women in the society is beyond any suspicion. In today's world, women with their ambition, intelligence, and strength have proven that the word inferior has nothing in common with their gender. Today, I have an honor to have my guest as Nabila Mansoor. She is basically running for Sugar Land City Council District Number 2. Welcome to the show, Ms. Nabila.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us something about you, your experience. What made you come into the politics?
So first of all, thank you. आप लोगों ने मुझे यहाँ invite किया. I'm very happy to be here. तो मेरे अक्सर जैसे ये सोच होती थी कि हमें अच्छे लोगों को पॉलिटिक्स में डालना चाहिए. अगर अच्छे लोग आएँ तो फिर अच्छी चीज़ें हो सकती हैं. And then अगर obviously उसका ये है कि अगर बुरे लोग आएँ तो फिर बुरी चीज़ें होती हैं. तो मैंने काफ़ी टाइम गुजारा था पॉलिटिक्स में. मैंने दूसरी कैंपेन्स में हेल्प आउट किया. I was the executive director of a group called Engage, which उसका पूरा मकसद था कि साउथ एशियंस को इन्वॉल्व करें पॉलिटिक्स में, कि हमें काफ़ी हम लोग बिहाइंड हैं in terms of getting involved in the political mainstream. और फिर ये लास्ट इलेक्शंस हुए 2018 में, मिड टर्म्स काफ़ी बड़े और इसमें काफ़ी अच्छे लोगों ने इलेक्शन जीता. और उसके बाद फिर ये ख्याल आया कि देखें मैं इतने टाइम मैंने गुजारा है इतने अच्छे लोगों को get them into office, क्या I should also run for office. I was asked to run and I thought about it और फिर वो बस one thing led to another and here I am.
Okay. So why Democratic Party? Because most of the people in the community has been asking that why Nabila is running for a Democrat.
Yeah. So first of all, हमारा जो शुगर लैंड का सिटी का इलेक्शन है, it's actually non-partisan. तो हम डेमोक्रेट और रिपब्लिकन की तरह नहीं वर्क करते और we don't put the D in the R beside us. मगर अगर आप मुझे look up करें, then it's very obvious कि मेरी roots जो हैं वो Democratic Party में, and I'll tell you why. Democratic Party में is much more inclusive, and it's much more friendlier, or it's much more beneficial for communities of color like ours. आपको पता है यहाँ का climate आजकल it can be very toxic. And we want to make sure कि हमारे बच्चे, हमारी families feel safe, and we find that our home is in the Democratic Party. मगर again, मैं अभी जो election के लिए run कर रही हूँ, it's not as a Democrat or Republican. It's really as the best candidate for this position.
Okay. So, फोर्ट बेंड काउंटी में आप स्कूल सिस्टम या आपकी जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है, हम लोग बच्चों के से बहुत हम लोग परेशान हैं, उनकी सिक्योरिटी, नेबरहुड की सिक्योरिटी, गन वायलेंस हो रहा है या ड्रग्स हैं स्कूल में, उसको किस तरह से देखती हैं आप?
जी, I mean this is important. बल्कि हम लोग जो suburbs में move करते हैं, I think is a big reason is to protect our children, ताकि हमें private school education मिले by sending them to public schools. तो हम प्रायोरिटी हमारी ये है कि हमारे बच्चे अच्छे स्कूल्स जाएं ताकि उनको अच्छी एजुकेशन मिले, and they climb the American ladder and they fulfill that American dream. तो अब when you run for office, you take that into your electoral politics, and you take that into office. तो तब मैं inshallah when I win, I will certainly keep that into account. The way I look at it is कि मेरी priority है कि हमारी family safe रहें, हमारे बच्चे safe रहें.
Sure.
और इसके माने क्या, we don't want car burglaries, we don't want home invasions, and that happens in our neighborhoods.
Right.
The way you combat that is you make sure कि आपके relationship जो आपकी Sugar Land Police Department है is good. You make sure that your relationship with your school board is really good. We don't have a direct influence on the schools. वो ज़्यादा school board के elections होते हैं. School board ज़्यादा decisions बनाती है. मगर when you are in city council, you do have some influence. And the way you have influence is कि वो जो land है जिसमें schools बनते हैं, जिसमें चीज़ें develop होती हैं, they're owned usually more often than not by the city of Sugar Land. तो अगर आप चाह रहे हैं कि एक नया school build हो, then they're going to have to negotiate with the city. There's always political capital when you're in office in terms of how you can expend it. और मैं ये वादा कर सकती हूँ कि जिस तरह मैं अपना political capital expend करूँगी, it's going to be for the betterment of our children, to make sure that those schools are good schools and those schools are safe. So one way I'm going to do that is make sure कि हमारी police को enough training मिले. We want to make sure कि हमारी police forces के पास enough funding है, क्योंकि अगर खुदा न खास्ता कोई इंसिडेंट हो जिसमें we need police, we're in crisis mode, our police needs to know how to handle that. And they need to know how to handle that quickly and efficiently. And the way you do that is you make sure they're well trained.
That's very good actually. एक सवाल जो कम्युनिटी में अक्सर लोग पूछते हैं, और मैं भी क्योंकि एक रेजिडेंट हूँ, कि एक लोगों का कॉमन परसेप्शन ये होता है कि वंस यू विन दिस रेस, हाउ शुड पीपल शुड एक्सेस यू? क्योंकि लोगों का परसेप्शन ये होता है कि हमने एक दफ़ा इनको वोट दे दिया, उसके बाद फिर हम अगर इनको रीच करना चाहें तो मतलब इट माइट बी वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट फॉर अस टू गेट हिम और हर इन टच.
So I think मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दूंगी. जिस सीट के लिए मैं रन कर रही हूँ, इट्स एक्चुअली एन ओपन सीट. माने जो औरत यहाँ पहले थी इस पोजीशन में, शी इज़ टर्म लिमिटेड. आप सिर्फ 3 टर्म्स के लिए रन कर सकते हैं, उसके बाद यू कैंट रन फॉर द सेम सीट. Nobody knows her name in my district. मैंने इतनी दफ़ा पूछा है. There was a lack of leadership, and I'll tell you why. She never had to run against another candidate. उसे हर वक्त बस unopposed run करती थी. She would get elected without a lot of votes. क्योंकि ज़रूरत क्या थी? She was running unopposed, and she never really आई community में कोई उन्होंने हमारी community बहुत diverse है शुगर में, मगर कोई हमारी community में उनको जानता नहीं है, कभी उनसे मुलाकात नहीं हुई है, कोई approachability नहीं है. तो मैं ये कहूँगी कि this is called lack of leadership. Or true leadership is when you are with your community and your community feels that they have access to you and they don't. वो पहली दफ़ा आपको तब नहीं फ़ोन कर रहे हैं तब आपके मस्जिद में broken window है. आप already जानते हैं, आपका relationship है, और वो तब फ़ोन करें कि hello, ये हमारे साथ ये हुआ है. Can you come? That shouldn't be your first call. That should be the evolution of a relationship. तो मैं ये कहूँगी कि I have spent a lifetime in service to others through my non-profit work, my advocacy work, my volunteer work. तो मैं इस तरह govern कर ही नहीं सकती. That's not my style. That's not my background. I would certainly hope कि लोग मेरे साथ accessible हों, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm meeting folks on the ground, and I promise to keep meeting them.
So आप ये कह रही हैं कि once you win, once you basically hold the chair, then you will keep meeting with the people, mingling with the people, you will be hearing their voices if they are basically coming across any kind of issues or problems, so that you will help them. So I think this is a very good approach which you are basically bringing on table for the resident of Sugar Land. कितने बच्चे हैं आपके?
मेरे 3 बच्चे हैं. 2 are girls, mashallah, they're in high school. So they go to Clemens High School, Fort Bend Public Schools. और फिर मेरा एक बेटा है 10 साल का, वो हमारे local elementary school में जाता है.
Okay. So how do you balance this life के एक तरफ politics, then family life, then in-laws, especially like in a culture like where we all belong to, where a woman basically has to realize their responsibilities way more than any other community or the culture. How do you balance all those things?
तो पहली चीज़ मैं कहूँगी कि I think it's more important औरतों के लिए than anyone else to get involved. क्योंकि yes, this is true कि हमारे साथ काफ़ी responsibilities हैं, मगर एक दूसरी चीज़ है कि I wear a hijab, I wear my religion every day. I come from a community जिसके काफ़ी stereotypes हैं. तो अगर हम आगे बढ़ेंगे तो वो हम सब के लिए एक कामयाबी होगी, एक हम सब के लिए एक shattering of stereotypes होंगे. दूसरी बात ये है कि yes, I have 3 kids, I have a husband, I have in-laws, dinner has to be put on the table every day. वो सब चीज़ें थोड़ी बदलती है कि मैंने decide किया कि मैं Sugar Land City Council के खड़ी हुई हूँ, वो सब चीज़ें रुक जाएं. तो मगर I think being a mom, और ये दूसरी moms understand करेंगी कि if there's one good thing that moms are good at, it's multitasking. We are used to that from the beginning. हमें पता है कि ये सब चीज़ें कैसी होनी हैं, सब चीज़ें balance करनी है. तो I feel like I have a head start on anyone else in terms of juggling a lot of different things in the air. I have a head start against my opponents in the race. I have a head start against other city council members because मुझे पता है कि I have to do this today, but I also have to make sure that my children's homework is done and they have dinner on the table at 6:30. So you outsource, you look for help, but you make it work. And alhamdulillah, I have a very supportive husband. I have very supportive kids. And this stuff is important. देखिए हमारी लाइफ थोड़ी सी अब बदल गई है हमारे घर में. लोग आ रहे हैं अंदर, लोग जा रहे हैं, meetings हो रही हैं. मगर it's important that their kids see their mom doing something in service to the community at large, not just the South Asian community, not just the Muslim community, but for everyone. And this is good for the family. ये मैं अपने husband से भी कहती हूँ, अपने बच्चों से कहती हूँ, this is good for us, it's a growing experience for us. And I hope that more women do it. Look, I look at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, I look at Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, और मुझे जितनी pride होती है और इतना proud होती हूँ. I remember when they were being inaugurated, मेरे आँखों में आंसू आ गए थे. And you know, they're role models for our kids. And inshallah, I hope to be a role model for other children.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Nabila Mansoor for Sugarland City Council District 2. We have more things coming up. Keep watching the H-Town Show with Farhan Siddiqui. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the H-Town Show with Farhan Siddiqui. We have our special guest, Nabila Mansoor, for Sugarland City Council District number 2. She is a politician, she is mom, she's a wife, she's a daughter. She is a very strong example for all of us, especially for our community women, to come participate in the politics and make a community a better place to live. So Nabila, we want to know about your educational background, your working experience. Do you want to share something with the community?
Sure. So I'm actually an attorney. I practiced law for a number of years. मगर उसके बाद जब मेरे बच्चे छोटे थे, I took a different role on, and that was really more of the advocacy role. तो आपके बच्चे होते हैं तो थोड़ा सोच बदल जाती है. क्या ये कैसा हम लोग, कैसी community, कैसी दुनिया हम जोड़ रहे हैं अपने बच्चों के लिए. तो मैं always politics में काफ़ी interested थी, मगर मेरा जो new role था वो था Engage, एक organization that works to make sure that South Asians, Muslims, Arabs are involved in the political mainstream. उसकी मैं executive director बन गई. Or that opened up a lot of doors. All of a sudden I was doing advocacy work. All of a sudden मैं Austin जा रही थी ताकि मैं testify करूँ against various bills, various issues. I was meeting people within the community. I got more involved in the party politics. ये सब चीज़ें opened up an entire door to me. और हमने एक program shoot किया. तो हम थे तो उसका नाम था Emerging Leaders. Emerging Leaders में हमने क्या किया? हमने ये जो हमारी जो universities हैं, like University of Houston, University of Texas, we had people from Texas Tech, all over Texas. वहाँ हमने young people को recruit किया, and we invited them to come and just learn about civic engagement. Why should I get involved? What are the benefits? How do I get involved? अब देखिए मेरी awakening हुई तब मैं adult थी. मगर मैं नहीं चाह रही कि हमारे young people की awakening हो when they're in their 30s and their 40s. They need to know how it is, what are the tools they need. अगर आपको mayor बनना है, then you should know what to do when you're 15 and 16. अगर आपको governor बनना है, आपको congressman बनना है, this is the next step of how you get integrated into society, and we want to give young people the access. We want to show them that door. अब मुझे तो पता भी नहीं था कि ऐसा door exist भी होता है, right? Like I didn't grow up thinking that I could be a city council member or mayor or anything like that. So it was really exciting. We started the program basically with no help. It was something I created, and every year we got better and our classes got bigger. And mashallah, I'm very happy to say, a lot of the graduates from that Emerging Leaders program are now on my campaign, either as volunteers or they're titled like folks that are actually helping us run our campaign. So I believe in young people. I think they're our future, and what we need to do is really invest in them. One of the reasons that we have a lot of young people in our campaign, and I'll be very honest with you, we were intentional in getting young people in our campaign, because we want to make sure that our young people are armed with the tools that they need, so that अभी मेरी Sugarland City Council race में वो काम कर रहे हैं, अभी November में हमारे Houston में City Council races हो रही हैं, अभी 2020 में काफ़ी बड़े elections आ रहे हैं. We want to be able to have them, insert them into different campaigns so that other good candidates can get elected, and our young people have the experience, they can get into that pipeline of leadership, ताकि अभी वो campaign में help कर रहे हैं, अभी 2 साल में वो they're going to run for something. That's how you build power. So we're really excited I think young people come without a lot of baggage that some of us older people have. They come with a sense of hope, a sense of optimism, and a sense of work ethic. And so we're really proud of that fact that we have a lot of young people on our campaign.
That's very good to know. आपको जो जिस शुगरलैंड से आपको हमारी कम्युनिटी से जो आपको एक एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं या तवक्कुआत हैं आपको, क्या वो आपको तवक्कुआत आपकी पूरी हो रही हैं? आपकी कैंपेन के अंदर जो मीट एंड ग्रीट के सेशंस होते हैं
जी,
उसके अंदर आर दे पार्टिसिपेटिंग विद full heart, or I mean they are just reluctant to participate? I mean, what are your expectations from the community people?
yeah. I can't win without the support of my community.
So true.
And alhamdulillah, you know, what we've found is that, especially मैं काफ़ी block walking करती हूँ, which really just is knocking on doors and meeting people.
आप बताएंगे ये block walking जो है आप
जी, yes. It's one of the, I think, greatest tools in winning races. हम लोग posters कर सकते हैं, we can do interviews, these are all really helpful and they're important. हमारे social media, we spend a lot of time to make sure कि लोगों को पता चले हम क्या कर रहे हैं on our deal. मगर people vote based on relationships. और तब आपका connection होता है एक इंसान से, एक voter से, that's when they vote. आप mailer भेज सकते हैं, ये सब चीज़ें, they might come out, they might not. मगर तब आपसे बात करते हैं, आपकी आंखों में देखते हैं, and you make that ask. I will go and literally knock on the door and say, I'll have a 5-minute conversation and then I'll say, can I have your vote, sir? Can I have your vote, madam? Jo bhi hai. That goes 10 times better in terms of connection than something that is just digital or just by mail, right? So that's how you win these elections, we believe. And that's why I spend a lot of my time meeting my community. And I'll be honest with you, you don't run in a race like this unless you like meeting people. तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि मैं लोगों से मिलूं. मुझे I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting people. I'm getting to meet a lot of different folks from across the spectrum. And when I knock on doors, that's really the best way for me to meet people. That's the best, because those are the folks that live in my district. और मेरे दिमाग में कुछ नहीं हो रहा अभी सिर्फ शुगरलैंड सिटी काउंसिल की रेस है. मगर तो आप जाते हैं लोगों से मिलते हैं, you find out क्या उनको तो पता भी नहीं है कोई रेस हो भी रही है. And so many times मैं आपको बता नहीं सकती कि I've met someone and they're like, you're the only person who has come and asked me for my vote. I'll vote for you. उन्होंने ये नहीं पूछा कि मेरी पोजीशन क्या है, मैं किसके लिए रन कर रही हूँ, मेरा बैकग्राउंड क्या है, मेरी किसकी एंडोर्समेंट्स हैं. They just are so happy that someone came and talked to them and asked them for their vote. So I believe in this, and I enjoy meeting my rest. I mean, these are the people I'm going to be serving, so I have to start building that relationship. So yeah, that's what block walking is.
एक सवाल जो बहुत सारे लोगों ने मुझसे पूछा है आपके बारे में, Are you a good cook?
So I'm a cook, and I think my kids like it. My philosophy is कि आप उनको देते रहे, and then they think that their mom is the best cook in the world. मगर I'm not so confident in my cooking ability, but I think inshallah काम चल जाता है, and the kids are fed, and we are good to go. But I'll tell you this, my kids think that I'm the best cook in the world. And
Okay.
that's the only opinion that matters to me.
What Salman bhai thinks about you?
Salman is very easy to please in that sense. He doesn't like desi cooking. So I always blame my lack of skill on him. क्योंकि मैं तब देसी खाना पकाती थी, he would always want something American. And तो मैंने कभी वो perfect नहीं किया अपना like biryani, like the way other people do and stuff. कि मेरे पास कोई motivation नहीं था, so it's all his fault.
So since you are on your campaigns and your meet and greets, your block walks, and all those things, so how अच्छे तरीके से आपको सलमान भाई किस तरीके से आपको सपोर्ट करते हैं कि when you are not at home, so he's taking care of the kids, if they have to pick up the kids from the school, or if it's a lunchtime, dinner time, how does he manage all those things if you're not at home?
Right. So mashallah, he's very helpful, so that just helps. And my kids are a little bit older too, तो उसकी वजह से अगर वो छोटे होते तो शायद मैं कभी run भी नहीं करती, क्योंकि when they're very young they do require a lot of attention. It's all about the kids. मगर there's just some evenings when mummy's not home, and that means that daddy's taking my son to basketball practice. So I'll come to the games, magar wo jo practices hain, I usually don't come. I'll just come to the important games. With my young girls, they're in high school, they're a little bit older, so unke liye thoda sa aasan hai, they're kind of on their own. You know, in the evenings, what I do is जब भी हम घर आती हूँ, I do have time with the kids. Either हम कोई TV show देखते हैं या कोई board game खेलते हैं. There's always certain time that it has to be family time, and in that sense, it's really helpful to have a spouse who is there for you. So he does have to pick up some of the slack. This is true, but I think this is an important journey,
right.
And it means that we all have to make sacrifices. And you know, inshallah, when I win, I think it'll be really worth it.
Sure. Are you a typical kind of a bahu or a daughter-in-law? Like we're all like, you know, saas bahu things are happening, or
Yeah.
you know, or just
Yeah.
mashallah. You know.
So I was born and raised here. So I was born in Toronto and then moved here. And so a lot of that stuff that happens is really not something that I try to play that game. So we try to keep that, you know, look, everybody as a daughter-in-law or even as a son-in-law, we all have relationships we want to keep going, right? So you have to certainly keep everyone happy. But alhamdulillah, everyone's been really supportive. And so we just try to make sure that everyone is taken care of and get the attention that they need, and then keep going.
What's your family destination place where you want to go quite often?
So I'm from Toronto. मैं अभी कहा था मैं पैदा हुई थी Toronto. So every summer we go for like 3 weeks to Toronto. I really want my kids to think of Canada as their second home क्योंकि वहाँ मैं पली भरी हूँ and मेरी family वहाँ है. तो and हमारे Houston के summers काफ़ी brutal हैं.
So true.
और हमारे Toronto के summers बहुत अच्छे हैं, but their winters are very brutal.
So true,
So
yeah.
we make sure we don't go in winter. We make sure that our summer we spend a big chunk of it in Toronto. इस तरह, you know, my kids get a chance to see my side of the family and make those connections. और फिर मुझे भी थोड़ी break मिल जाती है when I'm being in mommy's home.
So true. Do you want to tell our audience, like, if somebody wants to know more about you,
Yes.
where exactly they should go and find Nabila? Is there any website or any social media page you want to share with our audience, please?
Yes. So अगर आप you want to find out more about my race or more about me, please visit Nabila for Sugarland, Nabila for Sugarland. और आप Facebook, Twitter, Instagram में आप बस type in कर लें Nabila Sugarland, Nabila Sugarland, all one word. आपको वो सब pages मिल जाएंगे. And we've been chronicling my journey quite often on social media. So that really is the best way to follow my race is on Facebook, because we want to make sure that everybody knows what's going on in our race, what events are happening, how they can help us, how they can join us. And then, of course, Election Day is May 4th. Early voting is April 22nd to 30th. And it's Sugarland, मगर एक छोटा सा district है उसमें. District 2. It really is 4 neighborhoods. ये है आपके Telfair, New Territory, River Park, or First Colony. तो अगर आप उन neighborhoods में रहते हो, you can certainly vote for me, and you can come to my website and find out more information.
So, Nabila, do you want to share like any specific zip codes which basically you are covering?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't lie completely well with the zip codes. There's parts of those zip codes that are kind of outside my area, but the 2 zip codes that are in are 77479 and 77478. So those are the zip codes, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can vote for me.
So if any of the resident wants to know like which specific areas, Nabila is contesting for, so can they get this kind of information from her website?
Yes, from our website. We do have a link to something on the City of Sugarland website, where you can type in your address and it tells you what district you live in. So that link to that website is on our website. So NabilaForSugarland.com. They can certainly find out.
Okay. How do you see our community women to participate as a politician or going towards the Congress or mayor or something? How do you want to educate them?
Yeah, we we are at a special moment right now, I believe. माशाल्लाह हमारे parents आए हम आए हमने काफ़ी hard work किया. We kind of built that world for us that has allowed us to prosper as a community, mashallah. We have nice homes, we have nice cars, and our kids are going to good schools, and all of that is important. But if you really want to make a difference, you have to be part of the civic structure of your community. And that means that just हम इस table पे हैं ना, you have to have a seat at the table. जहाँ आपके decisions बन रहे हैं for the well-being of the city, for the community, of the congressional district, of the country, of the state, जो भी है. It's very important कि हमारी diverse voices हों table के ऊपर that bring a perspective that brings one for everyone. And तब आप सीट ले टेबल में आप बस चुप ना बैठें. तो अब मैं आ गई सिटी काउंसिल में मगर अब मैं चुपचाप हूँ. मैं कुछ कह नहीं रही हूँ, मैं कुछ कर नहीं रही हूँ. No, you have to get a seat at the table and you have to have a voice at the table. So our chance now is to get that seat at the table and to get that voice at the table. To do that, we need the support of the community. We need their support in votes. We need their support in terms of funding. We need their support in terms of publicity. जैसे आप कर रहे हैं. This has to be a community-wide effort. और ये मैं अपनी रेस के लिए नहीं कह रही हूँ. मैं कह रही हूँ for anyone who's running from a diverse background, they cannot make it to the finish line without the support. और इसमें किसका फ़ायदा है? इसमें हम सब का फ़ायदा है. क्योंकि अगर आप एक entire voice को आप छोड़ रहे हैं, that's an entire group of people that no longer are having their voice heard. So we need to find qualified candidates. We need to find candidates that will speak truth to power, speak about what's important. And as a community, we need to put our support behind them, whether it be for a city council race, a congressional race, inshallah one day maybe a presidential race.
Inshallah. So are there any specific qualifications in order to run for a city council?
So, to be honest with you, if you want to run, you should run. That's what I say. अगर आपके पास है वो calling, and it really is a calling. It's a lot of hard work. You got to meet a lot of people. You got to shake a lot of hands. You have to raise money. It's a lot of work. In terms of official qualifications, other than living in the district that you reside in or just opposition के लिए run कर रहे हो, there really isn't any qualifications. But that doesn't mean there aren't any qualifications. There has to be some grounding in the political work that you're about to do. So, as a city council member, you work on legislation that will affect the city members. So, being an attorney certainly helps, right? If you are working अगर आप running for railroad commissioner, you should probably have some transportation experience. So those are all things that are very necessary for you in order for you to be able to run, because it becomes very transparent when there is a candidate that is out of their depth. And people are going to ask you really hard questions, and you have to be able to prepare them because you have to prove to your voters that you're the best qualified for that position.
Right. So since you are already working for your campaign, so are you basically expecting any donations from a community or something? So what's, overall, how do you see all this experience so far?
Yeah, it's been a journey. Unfortunately, to run a campaign, कुछ पैसे तो आपको raise करने पड़ते हैं. It's the worst part of running a campaign, by the way. कि आपको अपनी community members से जाना पड़ता है and ask. और मैंने काफ़ी work किया है in charities. मगर I always asked for an organization. It's very different trying to make yourself ask money for your own self. It's something I really struggle with, to be honest with you. But the truth is कि आपको पैसे चाहिए for yard signs. You need पैसे for your push cards, your door hangers. ये सब चीज़ों के लिए आपको पैसों की ज़रूरत होती है. So the reality is that you have to do that, and it's again part of that journey of I'm doing things that I never thought I would be doing, and I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm putting myself out there in a way that I never put myself out there before. So इस तरह we could use whatever funding we could get. अगर आप हमारे web page पे जाएं nabilaforsugarland.com, आपको एक नज़र आएगा donate button. Even a small donation, it helps us bring that vision to fruition. And we appreciate all the support that we're getting. Our community has been really supportive. And I think, you know, we're learning, it's a part of maturing. You know, when my parents came to this part of the world, it was about survival. How do we get food on the table and make sure our kids are okay and we have a roof over our head? We're at that next level where, alhamdulillah, that is taken care of. But we want to have a greater say in our environment. We have a lot to offer. I see the young people in our city, and I get really excited about the future. I know there's a lot of talent out there, and I think great things are going to happen in the future, but they don't come without risk. And one of the risks is putting yourself out there and running for office.
So, ladies and gentlemen, go at the website www.nabilaforsugarland.com and donate generously, because she is basically running for you, for me, for everybody to basically raise the voice based on her experience, try to basically utilize her experience and support Nabila. And we should have a representative from our community who can listen to us directly and willing to help us. Nabila, you heard something happened in New Zealand, which has really trembled all of us.
Yeah.
We all are basically in a deep sorrow, and there's, you know, so I don't have word to explain or describe my personal feelings. How do you see, and what do you want to say something about it?
Yeah, I mean, that is, yeah, I heard the news last night, and I think a lot of us, especially jo parents, had a hard time sleeping thinking about that incident, and then waking up and talking to our children about what happened. It's unfortunately one of the realities of the world we live in, but it also means that we have to just be more united than ever. Not just Muslims, but all of us, all good people in the face of hate. Hamare Sugarland mein, what I did when I heard about this news was started reaching out to our elected officials. Alhamdulillah, because of the relationships I've built, I have a lot of friends that are in the district attorney's office, Brian Middleton, हमारे जो county commissioner हैं Candy Merchant, KP George हमारे जो county judge है, ये हमारे सारे local elected officials हैं हमारे जहाँ city of Sugarland में. तो काफ़ी काम किया था मैंने इनकी campaigns में, काफ़ी काम किया था previously, just helping build those relationships so we have the bridges. तो माशाल्लाह अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आज की नमाज जुमे की काफ़ी बड़ी थी. You know, everyone wanted to come to the masjid. And we don't want to not go to the masjid because of something that happened. I think one of the most important things is to show that we are not going to stop going to the masjid. तो काफ़ी लोग आए, और I'm very happy to say क्या ये सारे जो elected officials जिसने कहा है वो सब आए. Judges, Judge Julie Matthew, Tony Wallace, Tina Watson, ये सब judges थे. मैंने इनको invite किया और वो हमारी मस्जिद में आए. And they said basically after namaz क्या हम पहले तब आए थे तो हमने आपकी votes के लिए आए थे. आज हम लोग इसलिए आए हैं कि हम express कर रहे हैं अपना sorrow or grief, or we're going to be here for you, and we are going to do whatever we need to make sure कि हमारी जो मुसलमान community है वो safe feel करे. And I know कि county commissioner, I know हमारे जो DA office है, they asked for extra security for the next couple of weeks to monitor that masjid. Now, again, those relationships come from building those bridges.
Right.
So we need someone in office who has those relationships, and it was really wonderful for them to come to the masjid and sit and talk with the folks that go to the masjid and let them know that we are here for you, we see you, we feel your sorrow, we feel your grief. And previously हमारे जो Sugarland City Council members हैं वो नहीं आते मस्जिद में. So isn't it time we get someone who actually cares about the community and comes out and sees them and cares about them and makes sure that they're taken care of and are feeling safe? So that's what happens when you get good people elected to office. I always say we need to get good people elected to office because things change. Your vote matters. And that's what I'm asking our community to do today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you are Indian or you're Pakistani or Bangladeshi or Nepali, please unite, support Nabila Mansoor in her campaign, make her succeed. So all of our voice should be heard and our issues, problems can be resolved. In the end, Nabila, what do you want to basically give a message to the community?
Yeah. So one of the wonderful things about running for this race is I never wanted to run as a Muslim candidate. I wanted to run as a candidate for everyone. And that's why my slogan has always been putting Sugarland residents first. And I think what we've seen is that in my race, and this has been very heartwarming to me, is that when I've done outreach, that's what we've seen. I've had the support of Shri Kulkarni, जिन्होंने भी congressional race run की थी अभी this past November. And the Hindu community has really come out in full support of my race. We have folks from the African American community, the Latino community, the Anglo community. Sugarland is a city that is made up of wonderful people. And we need to continue that tradition. We need to continue that beautiful reality of what is on the ground. And so I just hope to bring that to Sugarland City Council and represent everybody.
So Nabila, do you want to basically tell our viewers one more time what is the website they should go, the date they need to go out and vote?
Yes, so it's May 4th is Election Day. Early voting is April 22nd to 30th. We are a certain district. We're District 2 in Sugarland, which basically encompasses 4 neighborhoods. ये आपके Telfair, New Territory, River Park, or First Colony है. और I'll be very happy to share with you that for the first time in the history of Houston, हमारी एक मस्जिद, Mariam Masjid, will be a voting day center on Election Day. So we are excited about this race. We believe we're the front runners. We believe we're going to win. And inshallah, we'll be back, hopefully, as your Sugarland City Council member.
Thank you very much for watching the H-Town Show with Farhan Siddiqui. We had an honor with speaking with Ms. Nabila Mansoor for Sugarland City Council District Number 2. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.